letter ready?
From my dad to his solicitors, instructing them on his death to pay anonymously a rather substantial amount of money to a woman called Faye Brooks.
Good night.
It's a pretty necklace.
My son bought it for me.
What does it stand for?
It's Fee.
I spent hours boring you with a lot of technological jargon about this scanner. I could go on about revs per minute and lithium crystals, but it wouldn't mean a thing. All you need to know is it works. And one day you may need it to work for you or for someone you love. So start investing in the future. Because, as the song says, the best things in life are free, but you can tell me about the birds and the bees. Now give me money. That's what I want. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Good speech.
As chief coordinator of this appeal, I just want to say that not only do I not approve of your choice of venue for tonight, I also don't approve of the guest list.
My brother launched this appeal. It was his dream.
Andrew.
Next time we'll hold a quiz night in the church hall and you can hand out stat sheets at the door.
Wait,
Joe. But tonight we're doing things my way, okay?
Andrew, I am talking...
Margaret. Tanya.
Hello, Andy. What a wonderful speech.
Thank you.
I'm really pleased to see you too.
Tanya.
Don't worry, I paid for my ticket just like everyone else.
Look, I'm kind of busy, so if you've got something to say...
That's what I want to say. Oh, and this too. 2 hours I waited in that restaurant, 2 hours. And you know how I hate waiting for anything. Next time you pack up and leave someone without telling me, you better make sure you're going somewhere I can't find you.
I can explain, and I will explain. But this isn't the time or place. Come and see me tomorrow.
When you said fun-filled, I wasn't expecting it to be this good.
Why don't you go to ask me who she is?
What you do in your personal life is really none of my business.
She's a model. She's been coming over to America for enhancement work for about 9 years now. She's become a sort of friend.
I wasn't very friendly tonight.
Apparently, I'd arranged to have dinner with her. What with one thing or another, I'd left the States without telling her.
Well, you certainly know how to make a woman feel special. I'll give you that.
I'm working on it.
I don't believe it.
Get him off.
You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you played this game before.
Well, maybe just the once. But the rules were different.
How?
We played with vodka, not Southern Comfort. Thank you. Your mum looked nice tonight. Do you think she's hoping to get lucky?
No, she's a one-man woman.
Oh, come on. Don't you think Andrew fancies her?
Deb, he's my dad's brother.
Do you think he'd be annoyed that we didn't make it?
I think he'll be too busy oozing charm to even notice.
Why does everyone dislike him so much?
We don't dislike him, we just don't trust him. He's what Dad used to call a dollar scholar. He's only interested in money.
But maybe he's changed.
And maybe he's going to open an orphanage.
You don't think people can change?
Andrew isn't people. Andrew is Andrew. Anyway, go on, it's your turn.
Okay.
You've still got far too many clothes on.
Well, can I help it if I'm a natural?
I think it's about time that you had a losing streak.
Night. Thanks for coming. Good night.
Cheers. You look beautiful tonight.
Thank you. You raised a lot of money this evening. Ed would have been very proud of you.
Will you come and have dinner with me tomorrow?
Yes, that would be nice.
Good night, George.
Shit.
Lunch wasn't back until 1.
It is one.
Come on! Push it! Push it, Sam! Don't slack now! Come on, Sam. I'm gonna cycle on ahead, I'll be timing you. Last one in the shower's worse!
You okay? What happened?
I don't know. I was running.
Can you sit up? Okay. How does that feel?
What happened? Are you all right?
I think we better get him to my surgery.
Well, it's a long way from Southern California.
That's what I like about it. There's an honesty here, desire to get on with the job.
We go all the way back to my first boob job. You don't have to bullshit me. What is it really? Money or a woman?
Where are you staying?
At the Regency. I'm doing a calendar shoot.
I'm glad to hear you didn't come back just to throw champagne at me.
It's not funny. 2 bloody hours I waited in that place. I didn't even know what Cajun food was. I've been out with footballers who've treated me better than that.
Well, what with my brother's death and this job?
I thought we had something going.
Oh, come on, we're hardly exclusive.
A phone call would have done.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to give you the chance to make it up to me.
Now I really am worried. What do you want me to do?
I want you to make me look like that. I'm serious.
Do you feel dizzy? Lightheaded?
Just a bit short for breath, that's all.
Mm-hmm. Is this the first time it's happened? What are you training for?
3,000 metres. Got national trials coming up.
You're not pushing yourself too hard?
No harder than usual. Did I pass out?
It's possible. Are you sure you're telling me everything?
You mean have I taken any drugs?
I have to ask.
I'm the cleanest boy on the block.
How long have you had that rash?
Couple of weeks.
Have you taken anything for it?
I rubbed some antiseptic cream on a couple of days ago, but didn't seem to make any difference.
Any other symptoms? Painful swelling anywhere, stiffness of the joints?
Not really.
And you're not allergic to anything as far as you know? What about generally? Are you feeling worried at all? These national trials, I would have thought they were a big deal.
As long as I finish in the first 3, I'll be okay.
Well, I think your rash is a mild form of psoriasis. I'm going to run some tests, see if I can find out why you passed out. In the meantime, here's some cream for the rash. Come back and see me in a couple of days.
Okay, thanks, Doc.
And Sam, I want you to take it easy for a while until we know what's going on, okay?
Can you do it?
The question isn't can I, but why would I? Why would anyone?
All I need is a yes or no.
I'm in the caring business now, Tanya. I gave up this stuff and I left California.
But I don't trust anyone else. You know that.
Why?
Do you know how much she earns?
I'm sure it's a small fortune.
There's nothing small about it. One of those is insured for more than most people make in a lifetime.
You've been in the game long enough. You can't be short of a bob or two.
But I'm nearly 30. The phone don't ring as much as it used to. Some days it don't ring at all. I need at least another 5 years, which means I'm going to have to diversify. That's what my agent reckons.
Have you thought about the implications for the rest of your body? I'd be cutting through existing scars. That would mean a reduction in healing, which could leave unsightly scar growth. Apart from looking extremely odd, such implants would restrict almost any form of physical activity. They put a lot of stress on your shoulders. You could easily develop a chronic back condition. All in all, they'd be very uncomfortable.
Just give me a price.
I'm sorry, Tanya, but I draw the line at turning people into freaks.
I'll make it worth your while.
The answer's no.
What do you think?
Looks good.
I was wondering if you could take a look at something for me.
What about it?
That's what I want to know.
It's nothing.
It's an instruction from my father to pay this woman money, with your name mentioned, Andrew.
Like I said, it's nothing.
Doesn't feel like nothing.
Doesn't matter how it feels. There's never sent.
I'd still like to know what kind of obligation he was under. Was he having an affair with her?
Mexican proverb. When you go walking in the desert, don't turn over too many rocks. You may not like what you find. Take my advice. Bin that, and get on with your life.
Hi.
Hi.
And shopping?
Just a few bits and pieces. Nothing special.
How was it last night?
It was about as eventful as you'd expect any evening organised by Andrew to be.
He's quite a handsome man, isn't he?
I suppose he has a certain charm.
Surprised that someone hasn't snapped him up.
I think you'll find when it comes to that sort of thing, it's Andrew who tends to do the snapping.
He likes you. Don't tell me that you haven't noticed.
Hope you're not implying anything.
I just think it's nice to see someone making an effort, that's all.
Andrew is Ed's brother.
He's also a man.
Yes, that fact hadn't entirely escaped my attention.
No one will ever replace Ed. But that doesn't mean that you can't live a little, too.
I'm having dinner with him tonight.
Somewhere nice?
Unfortunately not, no. He's invited me round to his place. Why a man should think that whisking a few eggs is somehow more endearing than picking up the tab in an expensive restaurant, I'll never know. But there it is.
I'd go for the cream one if I were you.
Georgie, come on in.
When I said I'd make it worth your while, I don't think you quite understood.
Tanya, this isn't a good time.
As I remember, it was always a good time. I need this operation, Andy. I'm prepared to do whatever it takes. Whatever.
Look, I'm expecting company. Please, just go.
Hello, Andrew. Andrew. Ah. Hope this isn't a takeaway.
Georgie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise we were going to be more than two.
We're not. Tanya was just leaving.
Please don't go because of me. As you're here, why didn't you stay?
It's very kind of you, Georgie, but I've only made enough for two.
Oh, well, in that case, I absolutely insist that you and,
Tanya?
have it.
Georgie?
No, as a matter of fact, I've been feeling a bit under the weather today. Do me good to get an early night. So nice to see you again. Bye, Andrew.
Andy? Saving yourself for her, are you?
Oh, come on.
I need this operation, Andy. I know what I'm doing.
Okay. If you really need it so badly, I'll do it.
Did you forget something?
What a waste of time.
Oh dear.
The leopard never changes its spots.
What happened?
Usual Andrew shenanigans. Can you believe he was actually trying to maneuver somebody out of the door when I arrived? One of his... well, I don't know what you'd call them. One of his creations, I suppose.
That's awful.
No, that's Andrew. I was a fool for thinking he could ever be any different.
Back again?
Yeah, it's your coffee. It's just so damn good. I can't stay away. Where's your boy?
School?
Must be hard without his dad.
Well, we get by.
How long's it been?
You ask a lot of questions, don't you?
Yes, I'm a student of humanity.
Really? And here's me thinking you were just a nosy bastard. 2 years. He's been dead for 2 years.
I lost my father recently. I know how hard it is.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that. It's not easy, but you've just got to get on with it. Right. What can I get you?
Coffee?
Your urine results show that you have a mild kidney infection, probably due to dehydration caused by all the training that you're doing.
So drink more water, right?
Yeah. I'll also prescribe a course of antibiotics. That should clear it up, along with the cream.
Okay, cool.
However, it doesn't explain why you passed out, or the rash. Perhaps we need to talk about other things.
Like what other things?
Do you think there's a possibility that it might be stress-related?
Would stress make me black out like that?
A panic attack? It's possible.
I've told you everything's fine.
Sam, I can't help you unless you're completely honest with me.
I'm fine, honestly.
You've had a lot going on. Exams, these national trials. No one would blame you if you were feeling the pressure.
Look, my exams went fine. I'm predicted straight A's. And I'm okay about the trials, really. I just want to know what's wrong. I don't want anything messing it all up.
And Jodie? Things going well with her?
Look, everything's great, honestly.
If you're sure.
I'm sure.
There you go.
Thanks, Doc.
There's a rumour doing the rounds that you're planning what is being referred to as the mother of all breast augmentations.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Hugh. That's true.
You can't do this, Andrew. Not here. I'm trying to give this unit an international profile. You're going to make us a laughing stock.
It's already scheduled.
Then unschedule it.
I can't do that. I've given my word. Quaint notion, I know.
So don't dig yourself into this. I'm warning you.
I'll personally take whatever flack's coming.
Thank you. I'll also make it absolutely clear that this is a private procedure which has nothing whatsoever to do with hospital policy. Anyway, she's promised to make a healthy donation to the Scanlon Field.
I'm sure we can manage without her.
I cannot and will not go back on the commitments I've made.
It's your reputation.
I knew you'd understand. These are the implants we'll be inserting during the operation. Here. You better get used to the weight of them. Quite a shock, isn't it?
What else do I need to know?
You should expect some impairment of sensation in the nipple area, but that should only be temporary. Ditto the lower portion of the breast until the sensory nerves have recovered.
Where are you going to make the incisions?
I usually prefer the fold under the breast. That ensures proper placement of the implant and leaves the least noticeable scar. But given the size of these inserts, I think we should be looking at the area around the armpit.
Okay. So when are we going to do it?
It's scheduled for the day after tomorrow.
Good. Do you fancy having dinner with me tonight?
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Oh, please, I hate staying in hotels on my own. Keep me company.
Okay, since you are so nice, babe.
You sure you're still busy later?
Please stop doing that.
What's his problem?
He came to service the boiler about a month ago and now he won't leave me alone. I've told him I'm not interested, but the message doesn't seem to be getting through.
I'll have a word.
No, I can cope.
That's right, it'll just be a little man-to-man chat.
Really, there's no need. I can handle him.
Trust me, I've got a BA in diplomacy.
I thought you said you had a BA in diplomacy.
I do. Stands for bad attitude.
Get into a lot of fights, do you?
Only when there's something worth fighting for.
Okay, well, I'm only going to say this once because I absolutely deplore violence. I wouldn't want to do anything whatsoever to encourage it. But thank you.
I'm Eddie, by the way.
Pleased to meet you, Eddie.
Pleased to meet you.
A little integrity would have been nice.
She's just a patient.
I think your definition of that may be a little different from mine.
Why are you doing this?
What?
We seem to be getting on so well. Why has it suddenly changed?
You're asking me?
So where does this leave us?
Us?
Us. You and me, the future.
Is this some sort of joke?
Of course not.
My future's with my family. What you choose to do with yours is entirely your own affair.
Oh, come on, George. We're too old to play games. How can I make it up to you?
You can buy me dinner tonight, somewhere decent.
Ah, I can't tonight.
Oh, well. Have to be some other time, then.
It is strange, though, how quickly you can get used to things.
You must miss him, though.
Got my son, though. He keeps me focused all right.
What was your husband called?
Richard. I can show you a photo if you like.
Yeah, please. What about since then?
Oh, there was someone for a while.
And it ended badly?
Should never really have started in the first place, to be honest. He was quite a bit older than me, married, grown-up children. I always swore that I would never get involved with anything like that, but, you know, he was kind, I was lonely.
What happened?
Well, one day he just stopped coming. No phone calls, no letters, nothing.
How long ago?
A few months ago now.
And you haven't tried to make contact with him?
Oh, something's wrong, it's wrong. And in a way, I think he probably did me a favour because I don't think I would have been strong enough to break it off on my own. Anyway, how about you?
Oh, there was someone, but it's over now. I messed up.
Oh.
I should be going.
Yeah.
Hopefully you won't hear any more from our little friend, but if you do, you can always give me a call. Hey, this isn't particularly appropriate, but I don't suppose...
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
Great. I know an Italian place that's small but fun.
Yes, sounds good to me.
Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, I'll pick you up.
Tomorrow night at 8?
Great.
Okay.
Well, this is nice.
Yes, thank you both. Just didn't feel like cooking tonight.
We should have invited Andrew.
He had other plans.
So you and him? Is there something going on?
No. Just enjoy his company. We share the same history. Believe it or not, we did have lives before you were born.
You know, because we wouldn't mind if you wanted to meet someone. You know, because you're getting to the age now.
Yeah, well, thank you, Nick. I don't need reminding of my age.
You want to go home early?
Jodie!
What's the point?
Feels like only yesterday your father and I were like that.
I bet you never made scenes in public, though.
We had our moments. It's a heady mix, lust and hormones.
Still not sure it's a price worth paying.
You're lucky. Doctors have a longer shelf life than topless models.
There are other things you could do.
True. But the older you get, the more unpleasant those other things tend to become, so I'm told.
That's not what I meant.
I'm developing a website. Don't look so surprised. It's a sort of one-night stands reunited.
Well, the whole point about a one-night stand was you never had to see one another again.
Not anymore. Anyone in particular you'd like to look up?
Wouldn't know where to begin. Sounds like a good idea.
Well, I've got the site mocked up on my laptop upstairs. I'd appreciate your expert opinion.
I really should be going.
Last chance to view.
Good night, Tanya.
It happened again. Last night I collapsed.
So this is the second time it's happened, for no apparent reason. I can't help you unless you tell me the truth. I saw you out with Jodie. What were you fighting about?
She's doing my head in. Don't need it right now.
Why? What's the problem?
It's difficult.
Is she pregnant?
No. It's really embarrassing.
Trust me, whatever it is, I've heard it a dozen times in the last fortnight alone.
Well, me and Jodie, we've been going out a while now, and, well, she wants to, you know, and I'm... Well, she's had a few boyfriends.
And you're worried you're not as experienced as her?
But everyone thinks I'm this big stud or something. I mean, I don't know how it happened, but I seem to have got this reputation.
Probably all that running. They see you out pounding the streets and think you must be doing the same in bed.
And I'm not. I mean, I haven't. With anyone.
I see.
I really fancy her, but...
But you're scared you won't live up to her expectations. We've all been there. Look, this may be a difficult question, but is everything in working order?
Yeah. I'm scared.
I've got another couple of patients to see, but why don't you meet me in the Stoneford later?
I want to know what this means. I don't want any Mexican proverbs this time. I just want the truth.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I'm really not in the mood for this right now.
I don't care what you're in the mood for. I want to know. This is an instruction to pay a certain amount of money to a woman my father supposedly didn't know. You're named as a trustee, so you tell me, why on earth would he want to do something like that?
Whatever I say, it won't make any difference.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just let it go.
I've been there. I've spoken to her.
You went there?
She told me all about him. The older man married with grown-up children. What happened, Andrew? Was he on the point of leaving us?
Forget about this.
Maybe I should just show Mum the letter. Would you prefer that if it was her standing here asking you these questions?
I'd strongly advise you not to do that.
Or what?
You really don't care, do you? Doesn't matter who you trample on to get what you want. It's strange. For all your protestations, you're just like him.
Just tell me what I want to know.
I see you've repaired his old car. How does she handle?
I'm not leaving here until you tell me the truth.
Let's go for a spin. I'll tell you everything.
Pull over. What? Pull over.
Would you mind if I had a go? Your father never let me drive. Always wondered what it'd be like.
Just got a good feel.
So how long have you known?
Cars these days, they're not built to last.
Did you tell him to break it off?
Your father wasn't having an affair.
She told me what happened. How his calls suddenly stopped. She doesn't even know he's dead.
She was talking about someone else.
I don't believe you. Why was he going to give her money?
2 years ago, there was a regional medical convention in Derby. Same sort of thing every year. Speeches, stands, all sorts of people you don't want to see.
They're going a bit fast, don't you think?
She can handle it. Your father was there that night, on good form by all accounts. It was his big night. He was launching the hospital scanner appeal.
Yeah, I think we should just slow down.
Nonsense. So we're just getting started.
Andrew, this isn't funny anymore.
I don't know how much he had to drink. Too much, that's for sure.
Please, can you just slow down?
Shouldn't really have driven at all, but he'd lived here all his life. He knew these roads like the back of his hand.
Andrew, I want you to slow down now!
That was the trouble with your father. He always thought that he knew best.
Did you hear me?
She can handle corners.
You mad bastard! Stop the car!
He wasn't speeding, I believe that, but his judgment was impaired.
For Christ's sake, you're gonna kill someone!
By the time he saw Richard Brooks, it was too late. He went back to check, but he was already dead. I was over at the time, staying at the house. When he got in, he was in a terrible state.
Shut up.
That's the truth, Ed. You want the truth, don't you?
Stop it.
I told him he had to go to the police. I even picked up the telephone and started to dial a number.
Stop it.
He was frightened. He had a family, a reputation. What would happen to them if they sent him to prison? He begged me not to say anything. I put down the phone.
How could you live with yourself? How could you know all that and not do anything?
He was my brother.
He killed someone!
He was still my brother.
You're just as much to blame as he is. You're just as guilty.
Yes, I think I probably am. Where are you going?
To finish it.
What are these?
I think they might help you. So come on, what are you having?
You won't change anything. You tell them now, you'll only make things worse. Forget his reputation. Think of Nick. Think of your mother. What will this do to her?
What about Faye? Doesn't she have the right to know what happened?
Whatever you tell her, it won't bring him back. Come on, Eddie. It's over now. Get in the car.
Don't you prescribe these to old men?
These are slightly different. They'll help you relax.
That's if she's even talking to me.
So go on, give her a call. That'll be another pint of orange courage then, won't it?
Eddie?
Hello, Mum.
If this is to do with some woman, I really don't want to know.
Andrew, you got to hand it to him.
Andrew? What about him?
Go for a spin, he said. Tell you everything. Bastard.
What are you talking about?
Can I stay here tonight, Mum?
You know you can. Tell me about Andrew. What did he say?
Said I was just like him. Just like that. Believe that.
What did you say to him?
Georgie,
Was it about Ed?
there is such a thing as a private conversation, you know?
Don't try and lie to me, Andrew. You've been spreading poison ever since you came back.
That's not true.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
You've always resented Ed. Ever since the word go, you've tried to undermine him.
If that's what you want to believe.
Look at you. This ridiculous, aging Lothario still trying to pretend you've got what it takes. Can't you see how pathetic it is? Just because you weren't capable of being a proper father to your own son, don't you dare try being one to mine.
Georgina, I know I haven't been the best of anything. But don't ever think that was because I didn't care.
Oh, please. Save that for little Tanya.
Just leave her out of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that a bit below the belt? Just assume that was her region of speciality.
You have no idea, have you? You think Ed was so wonderful.
I know that Ed was wonderful.
How do you know?
I don't want to hear anything you may have to say about my husband.
I was a better sportsman than him. I was a better doctor than him. I would probably have made a better husband than him, too.
Keep away from the house in future unless you have specific business there. As for my children, I'd appreciate it if you'd keep any malicious gossip you may have to yourself.
We've done it. The scanner's been ordered. You can give them all tits the size of Kilimanjaro now, no one will care. This is the only statistic that matters. Well, I hate to say it, but well done.
You don't like me very much, do you, Hugo?
It's not a matter of like or dislike, Andrew. You know that. It's about getting the job done.
And I get the job done no matter what. Is that it?
Don't beat yourself up over this. Look, as heartless bastards go, you're one of the best. That's why we wanted you.
Beautiful girl, isn't she? Sometimes you can look at a person, but you don't really see them, if you know what I mean. You know that in the streets of the third world, a parent will sometimes deliberately cripple their child, deform them in some way. They do it because they can earn more. We're so much more civilized than that, aren't we?
Are you ready to go through, sir? Sir?
Heard you the first time.
Morning. Didn't know you were here.
Too much to drink last night, Nick. I've been speaking to Andrew.
You gonna go for that nose job after all?
No. He told me something.
How's the head?
You say?
Nothing important.
I'll see you later.
Sorry.
What for?
Last night.
Andrew seems to bring out the worst in all of us. It's just the same with your father.
Oh, Dad was no angel himself. Come on. Two sides to every story.
True. They parted on bad terms in the end.
Why was that?
I've no idea. I just know your father always regretted it.
You certainly knew how to bear a grudge, Dad. One of our less attractive family traits.
Yeah.
It's called quiescent heart syndrome. It's not serious. It just means that excessive weight carried over a prolonged period of time could result in eventual complications.
In other words, I can't have the implants.
I just don't think it's worth the risk. I'm sorry.
Quiescent heart syndrome? How comes you didn't notice this before?
I checked your ECG readout.
You wouldn't be making this up, would you, Andrew?
Please get a second opinion by all means. I've been wrong before.
You've always looked after me. I don't trust anyone else. You know that.
Nick, if you really want to jog, why don't you just come with me?
It's a boy thing.
You haven't run for nearly 3 years. It'll kill you.
Have a little faith. Yeah?
Come on, Doc!
So we should take it a bit slower. I'll be fine, honestly. Do you want me to flag down the next friendly face? Ask them to give you a lift home? Yeah, that'd be good. God. So how'd it go? Good, eh? It was those pills. They really helped. Yeah, I thought they might. Could I get some more? You only gave me a couple last time.
Sam, it actually had nothing to do with the pills.
What do you mean?
Ascorbic acid. Vitamin C. That's all they were.
You mean?
It's called a placebo.
You devious git. You can sort your own lift home.
Please leave a message after the tone. Thank you.
Hi, Eddie. It's Bea. Has something happened? I thought we were supposed to be going out. If you want to talk to me about anything, call me or better still, come in and see me. Bye.
I've got some good news for you.
Found a cure for quiescent heart syndrome, have they? I looked it up on the net. No such thing.
Talking of the net, I think I may have found an investor for your one-night stand site.
Big investor or little investor?
Medium-sized.
Make sure you tell him he'll double his money.
He already knows.
Haven't seen Andrew around. Is everything okay?
We had words.
Oh.
I think I may have overreacted.
From what I know of Andrew, a few harsh words shouldn't bother him too much.
This was more than just a few.
I see. Why don't you give him a call?
And say what?
Sorry?
Apologise.
Sometimes it's easier than you think.
Is that what you do?
I'd go and see him in person. I always believe in doing these things face to face. But that's just me.
I'm not particularly good at apologies.
I hadn't noticed. You are a manipulative old busybody.
What exactly are your intentions, Eddie Sweet?
Which party was this?
My engagement party.
To Lillian.
I made a mistake!
What, in not marrying her or in not telling me the truth?
Oh, this is pointless!
Next this Thursday night, ITV News at 10. Then at 10:30, there's another chance to see Martin Kemp in Family.